Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is me, the horror miser, Monty G. Yes, I am back, feeling much better, better than I was last week, and I will talk about that. But now it is time for me to review the latest film in the VHS franchise. This one is VHS Halloween.
Y'all ready for this?
Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is me, the horror miser, Monty G. Now, before I begin my review of VHS Halloween, first of all, I want to say I had a great vacation with my lovely wife. We went on the Royal Caribbean, the Odyssey of the Seas, had a fantastic time touring the Greek islands, Santorino, Mykonos, Naples, Oedipus. And unfortunately, by the time I got back, I got sick, hit with the flu, been out the whole week. That's why I have not been able to post anything. Feeling much better right now. So let's get on with it. Here is my review of VHS Halloween. Now, VHS Halloween is a 2025 American found footage horror anthology film. Now, the segments, because all these are segments, were directed by Brian Ferguson, Casper Kelly, Michelle Pitt Norman, H.R. Norman, Alex Ross Perry, Paco Plaza, and Anna Zoblovic. I think I pronounced her name correctly. Now, for this particular version of VHS Halloween, we have a collection of Halloween themed videotapes unleashes a series of twisted and blood-soaked tales of trick or treat into a to a struggle for survival. Ooh. Now, once again, Brad Miska, founder of the online horror website Bloody Disgusting, has gathered together a group of writer filmmakers to make the eighth installment of the found footage horror anthology series VHS. Starting back in the original 2012 film VHS, the series features a frame narrative which includes 4 or 5 stories called segments that are all stories played on VHS tapes and are told in the found footage style of storytelling. Now, the series, despite the lack of being a box office success, has spanned 7 sequels and 2 standalone films, both based on segments that were on VHS 2. We have Siren and Kids versus Aliens. Now, I have not seen Kids versus Aliens. I did see Sirens. I actually thought it was a decent film because I did actually like the standalone segment. I mean, the segment that movie was based on. I have not seen Kids versus Alien, but it's based upon the last segment in VHS 2, where we see a whole bunch of aliens kidnap kids. That brings us to the eighth installment of the franchise, each segment having a Halloween theme to them. It is VHS Halloween. Yes. Now, the frame narrative for this film is Diet Phantasma, where the Octagon Company is planning to launch a new diet soda called Diet Phantasma. So they bring a whole bunch of test subjects to try the formula before they put it on the shelves. However, the subjects are unaware of this one special ingredient that is in the beverage, which leads to some very interesting side effects between the segments in the film. Now, in the first segment called Coochie Coochie Coo, high schoolers Lacey and Kaylee decide to go trick or treating one last time, but are warned that mommy will get them because they're too old for trick or treating, which they ignore, that warning leading to them into a nightmare that they can't escape from. Now, I actually kind of thought this was a nice segment right there, a nice way to start the movie. We get some very creepy moments in this particular film. I won't reveal what happened in this particular film, but let's just say sometimes it's just best to leave some trick or treating to the kids. Yeah. In Ut Cipra Sig Infra, which actually stands for as above, down below, the police take a very frightened and scared Eric back to the place where a brutal mass murder happened at a Halloween party. In hoping to find out what happened to Eric and his friends, the police will get more than what they bargained for. Now, for me, I think this is one of the least of my statements in this particular film because none of it makes any sense. I'll discuss about that more. But as far as this segment is concerned, this is one of the least unbelievable ones. Although it does have some decent practical effects in it. In the next segment, Fun Size, we have friends Austin, Haley, Lauren, and Josh. They leave an adult Halloween party because there's no candy. They then come upon a house that has a bowl of candy that has some bizarre names on them, along with a sign that says only one per person. Uh-oh, I guess we know what's going to happen. They, of course, ignore the sign, and they will regret making such a dumb mistake because it might cost them their lives. And it really does. Sometimes it's just best to leave shit alone. When you see a sign that says only one per customer, that actually means only one per customer. Now, I will have to say this. There's one particular scene that I know my good friend Jen from Jen's Reviews from the Graves will enjoy this one if she sees this movie. Once she sees this particular segment, I'm pretty sure she's going to get a kick out of it. In the next segment, Kid Print, Tim Kaplan runs a video store where he makes kid prints. They are video documentation of children that can be used to help searching for children that go missing. We learn that children in his neighborhood are first being reported missing and then they turn up dead and very mutilated. And then the police asked Tim for his help for a missing girl named Olivia Hamill. And Tim is about to find the truth about the missing children, which leads to a very shocking result, which I'm pretty sure Tim never thought or never saw it coming. Now, I guess this segment, it was okay. There's a little scene in this particular film that actually didn't make any sense to me, but I guess seeing what happened to the children, I guess you can understand the reason why they thought that way. But that's all I can give away now. But like I said before, it was okay. Now, in Home Haunt, Keith is once again setting up this haunted house along with his wife Nancy and teenage son Zach, who no longer wants to be part of Keith's Halloween tradition because he's a teenager. And we all know how teenagers are. Now, when picking up some items for the house, Keith sneaks into the back of the store and finds a record called Halloween Horrors, which he steals. Oh no. Let's just say when Keith plays the record, the real haunted house begins, leading to some disastrous and deadly results for Keith, Nancy, Zach, and for everyone going in through the haunted house. When watching these segments, you can see they did a good job with the practical effects, especially with Diet Phantasma and Home Haunt segments. But the stories, most all these stories are about, they're okay. Nothing really stands out, but they're okay. There are some interesting things that take place as we get to each of the interludes with Diet Phantasma, as far as what happens to the TEP subjects and what happens at the end. I thought it was okay. It was nothing home to write out about, but I thought the idea was interesting that you would do that to a soda. Now, while the as above, so below segment was interesting, I really cannot see a police force being that dumb and stupid and trying to recreate an event that caused the death of several people. I know they were just trying to do that because this is a movie and that's what's on the tape, but I really cannot see a police department, don't matter what country you're from, being that dumb and ridiculous trying to recreate that. No, it's highly improbable that would ever happen. I mean, it's just like in Coochie Coochie Coo and Fun Size. And this is the problem I have with some of these stories. There are just too many people making dumb decisions that a normal person wouldn't make, causing most of these segments to fall flat. Again, if I see a sign on a candy bar, on a candy jar that says only one per customer, and I'm looking at these candy the names on the candy bar, I ain't touching it. I said, no, this is too weird. No, that's it. I ain't touching it. And as you can see what happens when they ignore the warnings. I mean, it's right, plain and simple, and it just makes the whole segment irrelevant because it's like they deserve what they deserve, what came to them. I mean, at least in Home Haunt, which to me is the best segment of the film, Keith makes an honest mistake as there is no warning on the record, though I still wouldn't be messing with that stuff because I have no idea what that is. And I thought he was just trying to do something different to spruce up his haunted house thing. But still, don't touch stuff you don't know. No, well, I enjoyed Home Hunt. None of these segments stand out as very good or great, but seems to be what this franchise has become as what we got with last year's VHS Beyond. Because that was the problem that I had with VHS Beyond. There were some good segments, but nothing that really stands out. Nothing that says, wow, that was great. Wow, that was good. It's the same thing we've had here. Like I said, I love Home Haunt. I thought it was the best segment in the film. Like I said, but the rest of the stories, I don't know. Like I said, for we have some very mad, we have some very good segments, some nice direction, some okay acting, and some decent practical effects. But again, what I really like about anthology horror films, no matter whether it's Christmas themes, Halloween themes, or anything else that we've seen, you really want something that stands out. And unfortunately for this one, nothing really stands out here. So I'm going to give VHS Halloween. I'll give it 3 out of my 5. The misers, 5 bloody coins, and because, like I said, it's good. I like Home Haunt. I like the idea that the fact you get a haunted house and then you see what happens in that one. Coochie Coochie Coo was okay. Fun Size was dumb people making dumb decisions, and the same thing as above, so below. Once again, stupid cops making dumb decisions, and it takes everything out of the whole thing right there. So yeah, like I said, it's okay. I think you guys will enjoy it. So, like I said before, 3 out of the misers bloody gold coins. So there you have it, horror fans. That is my review and video of VHS Halloween. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, like, and share. Really helps out with that YouTube algorithm. Have you thought? Wait, have you seen VHS Halloween? What do you think about it? What do you think is the best segment of this one? Please leave your comments in the comment section below. Show you what you thought about the film. Also, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. That way, you'll be notified anytime when I put up new videos such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Money G, and always remember that rules. And I see you in my next video. Guys, stay safe out there.